Hey, Steve, do I start it and then, or no?
I'll start it as soon as
Okay.
he tells me I can go.
Okay, good.
I'm waiting on my camera person to say that he's got everything running. All good? You got it recording as well? Okay, good. Good evening. It is about 7:19. I'm going to go ahead and call the Municipal Authority reorg meeting together or to order. If it is okay with the board, I will serve as your temporary chair and secretary until we get down to you electing your chair. Any objection to that? No, I will move on then. Roll call, Ms. Kane,
Here.
Mr. Mackel,
Here.
Mr. Burgenis.
Here.
Mr. Kelly is unable to be here this evening. Mr. Moyer.
Here.
And then your support staff is also here. If we can take a moment for a moment of silence, and then we will also say the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
To the
flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands one nation under God, indivisible, and just.
You have your agenda in front of you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Well, thank you, Steve. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion passes 4-0. Are there any nominations for your chair?
I nominate Maria Kane for chair.
Second.
Are there any other nominations for chair? Hearing none, all in favor of Maria, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Maria, you've been elected chair. I will turn the meeting over to you.
Thank you very much, Steve. All right, next, is there a nomination for the vice chair? If there's none immediately, I'll nominate Steve as our vice chair, Steve Mackel.
Second.
Any other nominations? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Hearing none. Steve, congratulations, you're our vice chair.
Thank you.
All right, any nominations for election of secretary? Not, I will elect, or I will nominate Kevin Moyer as our secretary.
Second.
Second from Walter. Any other nominations for secretary? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Kevin, congratulations, and thank you for your help,
Thank you.
which is a lot of work, we understand. Next, is there a nomination for treasurer?
I nominate Walter Borginis.
Second.
Second from Steve. Great. Any other nominations for treasurer? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
And thank you, Walter, for stepping up to that position, which I know is a lot of work as well. All right. Next, we're going to do our operations manager, assistant secretary, assistant treasurer. I didn't know that we usually nominate this person, or we appoint them. Is that Caitlin?
I would recommend Caitlin.
Okay.
Yeah, I would recommend Caitlin going forward. In the past, it's been me, but I would recommend Caitlin going forward. She's been doing a good job for you, and I think that makes sense.
Okay, great. All right. So, yeah, I mean, in light of Caitlin Sullivan's amazing job over the past, how long have you been with us now? A year. Yeah, I enthusiastically nominate operations manager Caitlin Sullivan this year. Do I hear a second?
Second. Second.
Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, our authority solicitor, I nominate Mike Madron to serve as our solicitor again this year. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Walter? You? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Authority engineer, I nominate Macomb Engineering, Dave Porter here representing. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Steve, got you first?
Yeah.
Okay, from Steve. Yes. Let the minutes reflect, there was a slight pause. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, next is our alternate conflict engineer, who I think last year was that Catania, that's what I thought, okay. And I will nominate Catania again this year as our conflict engineer. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Walter. All those in favor?
Can I get a-
Aye.
CAN. CATANIA. It easier than it. All right, and our authority auditor and,
Let's formalize the vote on that. I interrupted it.
okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those opposed? Hearing none. Catania is our conflict engineer. And moving on to the auditor. Can you remind me, Mally, right?
Yes.
And I mean, I don't want to get any discussions out of turn, but I think we were happy with the audit and the turnover time period this year, were we not?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so I nominate
so.
Mally to serve as our auditor again this year. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Walter. He beat you that time, Steve. All right, any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and our right to know officer, was that you or? was
Well,
that-
it has been me in the past. I would recommend that with having put Caitlin in the position, Caitlin would be that person for you, although I'd be glad to continue that role, but I think Caitlin would make the most sense.
I'm- Yeah, under your help and guidance, under your capable guidance.
Caitlin, you can handle.
Not a lot, but there are some training classes that we'll send you to.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I would say for it is that, I mean, there is a lot of responsibility in the position in that if the Open Records Office determines that you were negligent in some way, the person themselves is responsible for making the payment. The authority can't pay it on their behalf. So, I mean, there is that challenge.
Is there insurance for that or?
There's not,
Not.
but I will say that as long as you act in good faith, I've never seen them actually do that. I mean, there are municipalities where somebody's not acted in good faith, but
Right.
typically they understand if you act in good faith.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, well, I nominate Caitlin Sullivan to serve as our right to know officer this year. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Any questions or comments? You do accept the nomination, Caitlin? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't know anybody that jumps up and down for being the right to know officer.
Okay, and I think our website has to reflect that as well, right?
We'll make all those changes.
Thank you. All right, next, in your packet, there were the minutes from the December 15, 2025 meeting of the Municipal Authority. Do I hear a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. There a second? Second from Steve, thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, that motion passes. All right, next, we'll take the treasurer's report. Apparently, there's no putting off report this month.
And to reflect that no members of the public have appeared.
That's a very good point. Yeah,
Oh,
no members of the
thank you.
public are here. And is that going to be you,
I have it,
Caitlin? Okay,
yes.
great.
Okay, so treasurer's report. First thing, you will see the December 2025, the monthly report, and we have a total balance of right around the same, $10,170,548.02. Also, you'll see a summary report. Not very many changes on that either. We are working through the fourth quarter billing right now, and it should be done in the next week or so. And then, of course, you'll see a change next month. The detailed report is also in your packet. And you did mention already for me, Portnoy, there is not a report included in your packet this month. However, I just received an email this afternoon with the total balance that they're carrying. And there's currently $187,499.84. That total balance includes principal, interest, attorney fees, and court costs. I'd be happy to email it to the members of the board.
Say the total balance one more time, please.
187,499.84.
Thank you.
Sure. So
And that includes principal, interest,
attorney
fees, and
fees
court costs.
and court costs, correct. And I will send that report to you, and I do plan on having an update for you next month. And then, of course, the aging reports on here for December of 25. The total is $79,302.24, down from last month. And I plan to, in February, get on the agenda to send over all the old accounts over to Portnoy with your approval. So you'll be
Okay.
able to see the list of exactly who's on there, and hopefully you can approve that in
And
February
they graduate from the aging report into the Portnoy. They leave that and go over there.
with your approval, yes. That's all I have right now for the treasurer's report.
Thank you. Okay, moving on, then Dave Porter to provide the engineer's report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to reiterate my appreciation to the authority for our reappointment. I'm looking forward to serving again in 2026. On the engineer's report for this month, although it was kind of a short month. In our last meeting, we were out on vacation, had the holiday season, so not a whole lot to report. We're still working on pulling together our plans and punch list items for quotes for landscaping for closing out the sewer project. The fog program, monitoring Luigi and Giovanni, they've continued to provide their O&M report as required on a monthly basis. Last one was provided on the 29th of December. No update on Stony Knoll. They are moving forward. I did see a public sewer connection permit application come in for that, but doesn't seem like they're really moving forward with their hair on fire there, so to speak. So I don't expect to see as-built plans come across my desk for some time. Understanding that there is still financial security that the authority does hold for the public improvement portion of the sanitary sewer that was constructed out there. The Newtown Edgemont Little League, I did get some feedback from Del Val Septic. They came back with a sketch or some revisions to their proposed tie into the public sewer to decommission their own lot systems out there. Del Val Septic asked if I could review that and then provide them with a design for the pump station, grinder pump station and force main for them. We've done that as kind of a pro bono work for them in the past. James McCombie did the gravity sanitary sewer extension. And I know, Maria, you and I had talked about that when we met with Nell before. I just wanted to make sure that the authority does understand that, I'll be helping them with that design to kind of, as kind of a charity offering to them.
Which I hope they understand too, Dave. I think that's really nice of you and,
Yep.
and the firm. And I know that it's been a big problem for them at Nell. Certainly something we all understand, so that's great.
Yep. Pump
Yep.
station, O and M.
Do you have a rough timeline when you expect that to be like finalized with Mill?
I have to get back to Del Val Septic just to make sure that there's gonna be the selected contractor on that project. And if that's the case, it's a relatively short turnaround time for me. It could be, less than a week's time for me to put something together for them. Depending on, I'll work with them to see what kind of pump they want to spec, whether it's a simplex, which would be a single pump in a tank, or a duplex grinder pump, which would have redundancy built in for them. If they go with the duplex, it'll be a little bit more cost, but I think in the long run, it gives them that redundancy that they can rely on. If one pump goes down, if a kid puts something down the line and it clogs the pump, they still have the other pump to operate. So for large events, I think it makes sense for them. It's just a matter of whether it's within their budget to implement something like
Do you
that.
think they'll have something in place for spring training?
Well, I certainly hope so, and I certainly think that they could, just so you're aware, design of a grinder pump and a force main for something like this. There's not a whole lot involved. It's a relatively it's about as straightforward as a pump design as you can get. It's almost no elevation head to it, so the static is very minimal. There is some friction loss in the pipe, but other than that, most pump manufacturers come with a pump curve, so you can look, do a couple of quick calculations for friction loss and static head, and if it falls within that pump curve, it's going to be fine. I would say 99% of the pumps that are out there could handle this application.
I mean, the timing kind of issues are more from a construction standpoint, I think, than from an engineering.
I just don't want it to be on our end. I appreciate you
Yeah.
guys stepping up and from
Sure.
whatever we need to do to approve it. I don't want the hang up to rest with us if there's gonna be a hang up before the season.
There's been a lot of accommodation for this organization.
Yeah,
this week.
we're trying to do whatever we can to help them get connected up. So thank you. Pump station O and M with the guard dog, you'll see in your report for this month. I took basically the last month's worth of flow data from the OmniSite guard dog website. I pulled rain gauge from the nearest USGS precipitation data, which was Valley Forge. It's about 7 miles from Newtown Township. And you can see connected with the rainfall, we had about an inch of rain, a little over an inch of rainfall December 19th. If you look at the flow data, right about September 19th, there was a couple of spikes in flow. One for I think it's the Ellis pump station. The other one is for the Camelot Lane pump station. So just to kind of keep an eye on things there. You're going to see some spikes in flow for rainfall events greater than an inch, which indicates that there may be areas of inflow into the system. So we need to keep an eye on that. And that's something that we identify in the Chapter 94 reporting on an annual basis. Also important to understand from the first chart that I provide, it's just an inventory of the number of cycles that each pump goes through on a monthly basis. The drawdown's not as important, but if there is a discrepancy between the number of cycles or the runtime, if you're looking at the flow rate and runtime for the pumps, I saw that the Lister pump station's a little bit different between pump 1 and pump 2. And the old Masters pump station's a little bit different between pump 1 and pump 2. So just looking at that, comparing the drawdown time and the runtime, you can see that just means that there may have been, it just so happened that pump 1 may have been pumping when there was a higher flow or inflow into the system. So it would run longer. It would take longer to draw down the overall, from the time the pump kicks on, it kicks off. Whereas if there's a minimal flow coming in, that drawdown time would be lower, obviously, because the tank's not filling up as the pump's operating. So But important to note that the cycles are exactly the same for that. So the pumps are operating, alternating on and off. I don't think there was any difference in any cycles for any of the pumps over the last month. So overall, there's nothing that's overly concerning. I would just say to keep an eye on those couple of stations during the next, rainfall event over an inch of rain in 24 hours to see if we get representative spikes in flow in the system.
Dave, quick question. So
Yes.
these reports, these are from the new system, obviously. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And did you have this type of information readily available from prior, or is this a significant upgrade?
No, this is directly from our switch to Delcora as
Right.
the NEM operator in conjunction with implementing the OmniSite Crystal Ball Guard Dog website system. So,
Outstanding. That's great.
yeah, and we're seeing this now we can do this on a monthly basis. I'll provide this as part of my engineer's report to the authority. So we can, similar to the RHM report that we get, we can correlate rainfall events with, spikes in flow and troubleshoot and see where we might have issues in the system. Whereas before that, we would get all of the flow data for the year, which would be about this time, January. So I would look at all of the preceding year in January, preparing the Chapter 94 report, correlate everything. And then the authority would get a report that's, 50 pages to have to read through and identify and all that stuff. So doing this on a monthly basis will significantly reduce the reporting time as well at the end of the year. So it's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
I mean, I feel like this is just going to be so much, as we get more familiar with it too, I feel like, we'll be able to ask, better questions or no questions at all because it's so clear, right?
Yeah.
So I'm really, really happy with this. Is that Guard Dog, software or whatever, is that something that's owned by Delcora and then we have kind of username, password?
It's
type of
owned by
thing?
the authority.
Or we own it?
Yep.
Okay, and then okay, I kind of remember this, but.
Yeah, so they have the ability to get into the guard dog system to monitor the pump station. That's part and parcel of them, their contract of only being there twice a week. So they can monitor, and actually I think the authority members would have the ability to go on. There's an app for it, so you can log into your app and you can go to all the pump stations. There's no current alarms right now, which is great. But you can see, just on the application, you can cycle through any of the pump stations, look at what the flow data for the day was. Look
Impress your friends at a party.
Yeah, impress your friends at a party, see if there's any alarms, and if there are alarms, see who acknowledged the alarms. So there is the accountability piece to it as well.
Yeah, this is great. Okay.
Admittedly, I'm still trying to kind of feel my way through the website a little bit. So there is a new platform and an older platform through the Guard Dog website. So the older platform is a little more kind of like analog type. It doesn't present the data as nicely as the new website does, but I think there's availability to get access to a little bit more data through the old interface, if that makes sense. So I'm kind of still trying to feel my way through it. I want to be able to just pull out the total gallons for the day, put that in a spreadsheet and tabulation. Certainly if the authority wants to see kind of just the line graph that was presented this month, I think it's a pretty simple way to present the data as well. So as I get a little bit more comfortable with it
Yeah.
and can access more data, I'll present it and you can pick and choose what you want to see.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I liked all of the charts that were given to us this time. Admittedly, I didn't really understand what was in this, the 1 month averages pump calculations report, but
So looking on the left-hand side is the total gallons,
yeah,
right? And on the bottom is the date. So the date range goes from beginning of December through beginning of January. So for example, the orange graph right through the middle of the chart is the Ellis Preserve pump station. So that was flowing at about 120,000 gallons per day, give or take, until about the 19th of December, where there's a large rainfall event. You see there's a spike in flow. There's also a small spike in flow at, looks like Old Masters and at Camelot Pump Station, about the same time. You'll see there's a lighter blue line graph at the very top. That one, I believe, is the Lissitor Pump Station. And it looks like there's a kind of an anomaly sometime like after 28th, between like the 28th and probably New Year's Day, there's a little bump in flow. So it's going from about 200,000 gallons per day on average up to about 240,000 for like 3 days, 4 days, and then back down. So it
Someone had a party?
could be everybody was home. And, you know, there was some, I know there was snow just before that, and
True.
we got a little bit of snow melt. So that could be a correlation, but that's stuff that we'll get into a little bit more when we look at the Chapter 94 reports and we tabulate all of the rainfall data and precipitation events, including snow, and then look at when there's large snowfall events, the days following that, when there's higher temperatures, 40, 50 degrees, when you get a lot of snow melt, there's typically correlations with inflow and infiltration during those periods as well.
You would think not at Lissitor since it's new, but even then.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, and to Caitlin's point, that could be correlated with just an increase in usage, with folks being home and having holiday parties, and it just might be that time. But I would expect to see that kind of across the board more so, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
All right. Anything else?
Just we're ongoing discussions with Mike with regard to the contract execution for more construction, and then the NBC Newtown Business Center worked with Steve and Caitlin over the last month, and coordinated with the property owner out there with regard to the water usage data, and then evaluation of the total number of EDUs that are necessary to support that Newtown Business Center. And that concludes my engineer's report.
Dave, quick question, just to follow up. I just looked at last month, you had Hickory Lane on there, and I know we put the generator in on 12/23. So just any issues with that since then, or is that all up and running?
I have not heard of any other issues, and Caitlin may be able to speak to that a little bit better, but I haven't heard any other issues.
No problem.
Okay.
Now, we're good.
Great. And then anything with Rafferty or Four Seasons that was on there on your thing last month?
Nothing from Four Seasons. Rafferty, I don't believe, I sent the plans that I had on my record to Bob Rafferty, and haven't seen anything in follow-up from Mr. Rafferty.
Great, thanks.
That's something that should go back on the report. Are we expecting any issues with that, or?
I'm not. I think Mr. Rafferty's looking to connect to the public sewer. And from my understanding, he needed to see any as-built plans we had so he can coordinate with the contractor
But there's been no application submitted at this point?
I've not seen, well, there was an application submitted, I think it was back in like 2019. I don't think there was ever any action taken on that because, you know, there was still debate on what the tapping fees were gonna be, and there was pending litigation. So I have not seen any new application. And certainly I've not been contacted with regard to, hey, this is my contractor, this is when I'm doing the work, and we need an
Aren't they
inspector.
required at some point to hook up?
Yes, yeah. And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they received a letter at the same time that all the other requests for connection letters went out for that service area, correct? Yes,
Rafferty, but they've reached out now trying to hook up. So
Yeah.
they were waiting until we settled the EDU issue. And right after we settled that, then they moved forward.
An application has been submitted?
Haven't seen an application. I told them to work with Dave directly, and I
Yeah.
don't think they've submitted anything as far as I'm.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little concerned. Do we have like an overall list of those people that need to hook up?
We
and
are
got the
working
letter,
through that. Yeah.
And then could we have that in a report for next time as far as who the letters went to and who hasn't, maybe who has submitted an application, maybe they're done or maybe who hasn't responded, whatever's easier, but I'm just trying to get my arms around,
I can work on that.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll work with Caitlin. We'll come up with, it'll probably be easier to list those that have not than
right,
those that have, because most people have,
right,
but there are some that have not.
Yeah,
right,
and
whatever.
I know some have opted to do the
deferment,
deferment,
correct. Yep.
so
Right.
we'll have to go through and list that as well.
And if we could have that list of deferment and, I mean, I feel like we as a board would be doing our due diligence, I think, if we kind of knew who was on each one of those lists. Those who have-
That may take if you want both of those, that may take us till the March meeting, only because your February meeting's so quick.
Gotcha.
Because we're doing it early next month, but we'll work on it and see what we can get for you.
Okay, that would be great.
Thank you.
March is fine. Okay, and I think that was it, right, Dave?
That's all I have, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. Moving on, Operation Managers Report. Yes, is that Caitlin who will be giving that to us formally?
So you'll see Radnor, Haverford, Marple Sewer Authority, RHM flow figures are attached for December of 25 as well. And Dave stated December 19th, there was over an inch of rain. So you'll see a very steep increase there in flow. And there were a couple other rain events as well, but that seemed to be the most, and it really stands out to you. Again, that's December 19th. So that being said, we know there is I&I that we need to deal with, and they are continuing to televise the areas and identify problem areas that we'll be able to hopefully repair or get onto schedule to repair. And also KBX Wind River report, their monthly report, final monthly report for December 2025 is included. Mostly routine maintenance and minor alarms. There was one wet well cleaning at Ellis Preserve. And as we already discussed, the generator at Hickory was installed. And Wind River was also on site throughout the installation. That's all I would really point out for KBX. And again, we now have Delcora that's taken over our pump station maintenance, and they're moving along. This week, they are working on connecting the dioxide levels into the OmniSite dialers, so they can view that as well. We could see that, have that data. And
Great.
I think that's all I have, unless you have specific questions or something I can answer.
No, I'm good. Steve, what about you? Any questions?
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Delcor, DELCORA.
CORA.
Is it a
Correct.
space, Delcor? Oh,
No.
thanks.
One word cap. Okay, well, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, to 12.1, can I have a motion to approve the 2025 bills on check register dated January 12, 2026, totaling $88,525.65.
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Kevin. Thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next, can I have a motion approving the February 2026 debt service payment in the amount of $1,067,207.31 for the Guaranteed Sewer Revenue Bond Series 2018?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. Do I
Second,
hear a second?
second,
Thank you, Steve. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, Caitlin, this is just, it's time to make a bond payment and we gotta move forward with it.
Yes, this is scheduled payment.
Oh, okay. With me.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, consider approving resolution 2026-01 bank depositories, which is in your packet, which I believe is just the reappointment of TD Bank. Was there another one there or just TD? Can go
I
back.
think it's both TD and Pliget.
What is it?
Pliget,
And Pliget, yeah, okay. So do I hear a motion to approve that resolution?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. Do I hear a second?
Sec- Second.
Stephen, thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, consider approving resolution 2026-02 for bank signatories. That is with both of the same entities. Is that true, Caitlin? Okay. All right, everybody's had a chance to review that resolution. And I have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second.
Second from Kevin, thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Silence this darn thing.
real quick, did the resolution include the 3 board member names?
Or do we have
They
to
were
state
blank.
them?
I think
They-
I think we need to
I think they
state
were
them.
blank.
I think they were blank. I just would want you to state who your 3 board members are that are going to be signatories.
Just, let me get down to it, that one. Okay, for the bank depositories. I think it gave the titles, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, the titles are on there. The resolution 2026-02 is
Yeah.
what you're referring to. The
Mhm.
names were not listed on there because they were not,
No, but I'm talking about 01. I thought it named our officer positions that were, but maybe I'm wrong.
that's 02.
I remember seeing them. It had the slots for the roles.
The proper
I
officers.
think the way the 01 is written, it's pretty broad.
Yeah.
Okay,
01 basically lays the ground. Proper officer.
in '02.
right.
And
right.
then '02 has that block in the middle because we hadn't done reorg yet.
Mhm.
So everything will be filled in accordance with the reorg that just occurred. And
Yeah.
You just
so-
need to decide who your 3 signatures are.
Well, I think.
well, they're gonna be
so
those
The
officers.
authority chair, Maria Kane, will be
Yeah.
one of the signatories. The vice chair, Stephen Mackel, will be, another one of the signatories, and treasurer Kevin Moyer.
No, me.
No,
I'm sorry, treasurer, sorry, Walter Virginis, will be a signatory as well. And those will be inserted onto this resolution 2026-02.
Yep.
Including operations manager Stephen Neese and director of operations Caitlin
Yeah,
Sullivan.
I think that's changing too.
We're gonna
Flip those two.
flip
Yeah,
those 2
so-
titles.
So just, we will let the resolution will be, will recognize the existing, positions of director of operations, and operations manager, who is Caitlin Sullivan. So those will reflect that. Okay, so given that, do you want, I think we're okay with the first resolution that was approved, because it did set the stage for '02. So in light of that, do I have, I think we need a vote. We need to vote on '02. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next, let's get down to this resolution to make sure I know what I'm talking about. This is the fee schedule, right? Consider approving resolution 2026-03 to amend the 2026 fee schedule for the municipal authority. The fee schedule is listed on that resolution. And would you like me to read those out, or has everybody had a chance to review?
I have reviewed the resolution.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
And those amounts are consistent with what we had intended, Caitlin, for the fee schedule. You've reviewed that resolution as well?
The only change on this fee schedule from what we had just approved last month is the increase to the sewer cert. It
Right,
was
right,
$75 from
Yes.
50.
right. when we
Everything else
talked about
stayed
that
the
last
same.
time, that this time it would reflect that.
Yes, so
Okay.
everything else is the same.
Okay, great, great. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Did I do a motion? And I think I did. Did
No, I don't have it
I
on the
just
minutes.
skipped it.
If we could read
Okay.
copies to their.
All right, so let me, can I have a motion to approve resolution 2026-03 to amend the 2026 fee schedule for the municipal authority?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Kevin. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, next in the agenda is the proposed meeting schedule for the 2026-2027 year, which will pretty much be the third Monday at 7 PM. Has everybody had a chance to review? Okay, do I
Yes.
have a motion to approve the meeting schedule?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter.
Second.
Second from Stephen, thank you. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right, next, everybody's had a chance to review the 2026 budget. Do I have a motion to approve the budget?
So moved.
So moved.
Thank you, Walter, and I'll take a second from you, Steve. All those in favor? Or any questions or comments?
Yeah, thank you.
please?
I just want to confirm, we already went through it. Have there been any changes since we discussed at the last meeting? Are you comfortable with the numbers? Did you review them with the guys, Tom?
Birdie?
Our
The
accountant,
finance, the township,
Yeah, the township,
finance
yeah,
director.
township budget guy.
Tom, did Tom review the budget? Is the question.
I know Tom. I know we had talked about it with Tom. I wouldn't say that Tom has reviewed it.
Okay, yeah, I'm just
Right.
wondering how many sets of capable eyes have looked over it, double checked work and everything.
So Caitlin and I met initially, and did a review. Then we brought Steve and Walton and we did a
Yep.
pretty thorough review with the four of us together. Then Caitlin and I reviewed it again. I believe Tom has kind of cursory looked over it. I don't know that he went through lots of detail.
Okay.
George also was aware of what was going on, particularly in the areas that George has impact over. So we asked him to look at it as well.
Okay, all right, thank you.
okay, with respect to the budget, Walter, do you have any comments, questions or concerns in light of your?
No, I mean, Steve Mack and I reviewed it all. We went through all the details and spent a couple hours looking at it.
Yeah, thank
So I
you for
think
your
we
hard
got it
work.
done.
We appreciate it. I know it's a
Working
lot. of
over
work.
it.
Steve, thank you for working on that.
Sure thing.
We're gonna stay afloat for another year.
Pretty good shape.
All right. Okay, I think we just need a vote on that then. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Next, consider approving all third-party fee schedules. I have those in front of me. I'll make that motion to approve the fee schedule, which is provided in your packet. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Walter. Any questions or comments? Everybody good with that? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Next is, the approval of RBC Capital Markets as, or I should say, is the approval of the proposed underwriter of RBC Capital Markets pursuant to MSRB Rule G17 in relation to the potential issuance by Newtown Township, Delaware County Municipal Authority of Guaranteed Sewer Revenue Bonds, Series 2026. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Walter?
Second.
Okay, thank you, Steve, for seconding the motion. Questions or comments? I think the only question or comment that I would have is that this doesn't obligate us to formally retain them, but it is permission or confirmation of a potential engagement of RBC Capital Markets. as underwriter, in connection with of those bonds. So with that, do I, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 That motion passed. And then I know this isn't on the agenda, but I would, just like. to
Why don't we
go
make
there
it a
and-
motion?
So,
And that's the royal we, we'll clean it up in the minutes. Okay.
so we're just making it, I'll make that motion.
Yeah.
Do I hear a second to amend the agenda?
Second,
Second from Walter. All those in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, now the actual motion. Make a motion to appoint Stephen Neese as the Director of Operations for the upcoming year. Do I hear a second?
Second,
Second from Walter. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes.
So what we'll do is we'll add that to the agenda and repost the agenda per the Sunshine Act.
We'll make it item number 8.7, just so that if everybody knows where it's going to go on that, and we'll take those steps.
Thank you for highlighting that. All right, any old business? No public comment, as there are no members of the public here. And with that, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Oh, my mic was off. Are you okay? Are you able to hear me? 'Cause my mic was off during that last. Okay, my voice is so loud. Here.